It is a lovely morning in the city of Lancaster. I am being interrupted by the Keystone. Hello, Keystone. I am here today to begin my journey to the city of Pittsburgh. However, it's not going to be a direct journey. I was going to fly directly from Lancaster Airport to Pittsburgh, but then I was invited to interview for occupational therapy grad school at Messiah University. So I'm all dressed up for my interview, and I'm heading to Harrisburg first, taking an Uber to Messiah, and then coming back to Harrisburg to take the Pennsylvanian on to Pittsburgh. Now, since I'm taking the Keystone to Harrisburg, I realized I'm recreating my first ever journey on Amtrak in 2002, which I documented when I was 4, with a lot of help from my mom. So, let's take a look at Caleb's first train trip and compare it to his most recent one. Okay, hold on. What are these seats? This is like the 70s anterior for Amfleet. I'm 3 Amfleet eras old. When we got to the train station, I looked at the switchers. They were on the track. They looked like snowplows. Mommy thought they were pretty cool. I guess I was talking about the track inspection equipment, but I think they keep that down there now. We went inside the Amtrak station. I went upstairs. It was like a big train store. I saw some stairs, some ticket windows, and some railings. Then I saw some candy and machines on a choo-choo train, but I got tattoos. They looked like American flags. I think what I was referring to was a train-shaped display of vending machines that used to be right about here. If anyone happens to have a picture of that lying around somewhere, please let me know. Daddy and I bought a ticket to Harrisburg at the Amtrak station. The lady said, "Do you want a ticket or not?" Daddy said, "We need a ticket so we can go." So the lady handed us one little ticket. I am sitting on a bench by the Lancaster sign. I am waiting for my mommy. Soon we will get a tattoo. Then we will go out to the platform to wait for the little choo-choo train. You know, one thing I'm noticing is that the Lancaster station brickwork used to be a lot worse for the wear, whereas now it looks quite nice. The renovation project of a few years ago definitely paid off. So I felt I owed an explanation to the ticket lady for why I was reading what sounded like something written by a 4-year-old in a train station. So I told her what was going on, and she suggested I make a new book, a sequel to this, out of today's trip. So that might happen. We'll see. So I don't personally remember much of my very first train trip. What I do remember was that this particular staircase was incredibly rusty and run down. And now look at it, it's just the normal amount of run down for an old Amtrak station. Again, way to go, Lancaster Station restoration. I see a track, but no train. When will the train be on the track? There's a little tiny headlamp. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Soon we can see it way big, like other trains of Amtrak. Then the train has a way big headlamp. It has to stop and open the doors. Then we will get on.
Number 7 track.
So a couple of things I noticed here. The platform back in the day didn't have the raised edges for visually impaired users. That's a good addition. They also used to have 4 tracks in Lancaster. I didn't realize they had them as recently as 2002. Also, these are now concrete ties instead of wooden ties. And then this one bothered me for a long time, because I didn't remember the Phase 4 Genesis having this dark of a face, but it turns out this was a special livery for the Northeast and Keystone corridors. The fact that I was alive for Phase 4 means I'm getting old. I climbed onto the train. We found seats. I played with my choo-choo trains. I was going along and along and along until we got to the Whitaker Center. I love how this shows I had the attention span of a 4-year-old when I was a 4-year-old, because I literally had to take model trains with me to keep me entertained on an actual train. Also, I love that I didn't mention Harrisburg at all. It just goes straight to the Whitaker Center. So we're now in Middletown, which is the last station before Harrisburg, and the station's built on a curve, which means the entire Amfleet car is tipped. And I literally just made a video about why that's a bad idea. But thankfully, Middletown is replacing its station with a new one later this year. Hopefully, I will be there for the opening day. And now we are here in Harrisburg. Fans of Thomas the Tank Engine may recognize this terminal as the location where one of the main characters gets on a train in Thomas and the Magic Railroad. I don't know the characters' names because that movie is terrible. So now I'm waiting on my Uber to my interview, and it's funny to think that the first time I was here for a science museum, and now I'm here to interview for a graduate school in health sciences. And now I'm at Messiah, about to go do the interview. Let's see how it goes. Well, that went okay. I'll find out in November or December if I made it into the program. I definitely feel more nervous going out than I did going in, but, you know, c'est la vie. We'll find out. And now I'm back in Harrisburg, and I have 2 hours until my train to Pittsburgh, which is 2 more hours than I want to spend in Harrisburg, but at least we can check out Harrisburg's only form of urban rail transit. This is the terminus and only station of the City Island Railroad, a 15-inch gauge railroad that runs around the perimeter of City Island, where I am right now. Unfortunately, it's not running right now, so we're just gonna have a look. If you want to see what this is like in action, here's a flashback to last year, when I rode it with my sister Susanna and one of our friends. Say hi!
Hey! Peace! This is how the trolleys feel in Philadelphia. What?
So when I asked one of the students at the school I was interviewing for what they like to do in this area, they told me that a fun thing you can do is to get on the train and go to Lancaster. So this here is the Whitaker Center, which was the primary destination for me and my family on my very first Amtrak trip. Let's see inside. And it's closed. At least we have my 4-year-old self's review of the Whitaker Center. I liked to play with the computer. I played the Jelly Beans game and many others. I wanted to go there again sometimes. So now we're here inside the Strawberry Square Mall, and I distinctly remember this passageway, including this part that goes over the street. I didn't remember there being dining space here, but now that I see these tables and chairs, I distinctly remember that me and my mom and dad ate lunch here at least once. In most respects, Strawberry Square is a normal shopping mall. And then there's the giant ball machine. Come to think of it, I remember these lights in the floor. I remember thinking they were super trippy at the time. This is for you, Miles. Do something. So, final verdict on Harrisburg? Don't go to Harrisburg unless you want to do exactly what I just did, or you're the governor. It was time to go home. I was so sad. We went back to the train station. I wanted to go back to the Whitaker Center, but Mommy let me not go there again. You know, I haven't actually been back to the Whitaker Center since this trip. I tried today, but it was closed. Mom, what did you do?
But Mommy let me not go there again.
We met a conductor. He told me about trains. Our train was a diesel train, but I said I thought it was electric because I saw electric wires. My 4-year-old self was pretty observant. When we got off the train, the conductor tried to give me his hat to put on, but I didn't want it because that's too big for a kid. Well, I'm not a kid anymore. So, thanks to Conductor Steven, this happened. We said goodbye and went back to the tattoo train and got another tattoo. The end. So there you have it, my very first train trip in 2002, recreated in 2021. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned because I got a lot more videos coming from my trip to Pittsburgh this week. Take care.